Just when I thought I'd seen it all, the folks at Expert Go reached out to me with their latest offering, an AI-powered gimbal. Yep, you heard that right. Although it's mainly targeted for sports content, I wanted to see what this bad boy can do beyond the sports field. Let's dive in and explore every nook and cranny of this piece of hardware. Before we jump in though, a quick disclaimer. Expert Go did send me this unit for the purpose of this video, but I'm under no obligation to give it a glowing review. As always, all thoughts in this video are completely unbiased and honest. Plus, I'm giving away this gimbal to one of you lucky viewers, so make sure you stick around till the very end to find out how you can win it. Alright, let's get down to business then. First up, the build quality. This gimbal is solid, weighing in at about 0.85 kilograms. It feels substantial without being too heavy. The controls are perfectly balanced. A zoom button on the right side, a USB-C port to the left, and a trigger button where your index finger will naturally rest. At the bottom, there's a standard 1/4-inch thread for tripod mounting, and yes, it comes with a tiny tripod of its own. Expert Go also sent me their bundle, which includes a full-size tripod. It extends to about 1.15 meters. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done. The left and right pan controls are inverted. It's a bit of a learning curve with it, but once you get used to it, it's smooth sailing. Now let's talk some functionality, shall we? This gimbal is smooth as butter. Once powered on, it balances all the axes automatically. I tested it with my S24 Ultra with a case on it, and it handled the weight like a champ. If I was to guess, I would imagine it can handle up to about 500 grams without breaking a sweat. The gimbal comes with 4 modes. The labels might be a bit confusing, so let's break them down. The first one is FPV, or first person view. It locks all axes to your hand movements, allowing you to tilt and move the camera as you please, which is perfect for vlogging or controlled B-roll shots. The second one is AF, or autofollow, which locks tilt and pan to your hand movements, but keep the rotation fixed, which is great for B-rolls and reveal shots. HF, or horizontal follow, locks the left and right pan to your movement, keeping all the other motions stable. It's ideal for smooth left to right panning shots like product cinematography, let's say. And finally, we have LF, or lock follow, which locks all axes in relation to the gimbal. Your hand movements won't affect where the camera points at all. Bear in mind, you can override the pan and tilt in any mode using the joysticks. Panning and tilting are smooth and perfectly paced, especially if you're using a wide lens on your phone. Just as a heads up, it might feel a little too slow for fast-paced movements. Just keep that in mind in case you're about to get this gimbal for cinematography or B-roll purposes. The battery life is very impressive. Now, there are 4 LEDs on the grip that indicate the battery levels in 25% increments. It's a bit of a bummer that it doesn't show the exact percentage of the battery, but I hope that's something they can fix with the software update, so whenever you open the Expert Go app, you'll be able to see the exact battery percentage. Now for the start of the show, the AI features. You can access them via the Expert Go app. The setup is straightforward and it works right out of the box. Just turn on your Bluetooth, hit pair, and you're done. I know this gimbal is advertised for sports and I should have recorded some team sports, but living in the UK means the weather is rarely cooperative. Plus, recording kids at the local school isn't exactly an option, so I tested it by running around myself to see how intelligent that AI is. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of companies slapping the AI label on everything. And in my experience, this gimbal and app combo didn't really blow me away as much as I wanted it to blow me away. I used the follow me mode, which locks onto you with a gesture. It worked well enough, but I didn't really feel the AI magic. From what I've seen in my research on the AI features of this gimbal, it tracks sports much better than it would track me at this particular distance. But like I said, it does track sports quite a bit better using dedicated modes for ball tracking and player tracking. And it even has a team score tracker, which is pretty neat. And as far as I'm concerned with the AI side of things, as well as the tracking features work on this gimbal and as reliable as they are, I don't think the app should even let us select a particular game mode for the gimbal to basically get into action. It should be able to intelligently guess by itself by analyzing the scene. Now that's something I would start labeling as AI. But at the moment, the lack of that doesn't really convince me all that much. Of course, I am comparing it to the Insta360's tracking features because they do come at a similar-ish price point. But I will say that at least in terms of durability, I'm leaning more towards the Expert Go than the Insta360. Now, I do want you to take this with a lot of salt because my experience with the Insta360 is very limited. By the way, you can also use this app to live stream as well if you wish to do that. All you need to do is log into the app with the social media you wish to live stream to, and it'll just take it from there. Most people will probably use this gimbal for sports or its AI functions. It works on both the front and the back cameras, but it loses its AI badge when the company says that the AI features aren't available in portrait or vertical view just yet. Now, an AI should be able to track you in any orientation, right? I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and hoping for future updates. Although it pans and zooms smoothly to keep you in the frame, if you move out of the screen, it sometimes struggles to find you again, but overall, it does a decent job.
Alright, so I had to come in with a bit of a quick take. So the gimbal, as long as I'm using the joystick, it will turn pretty much 360 degrees, right? It doesn't quite get all the way up to 360 degrees, but it gets pretty damn close. It'll just stop right before 360. But when I am using the app to track myself, and although it does a pretty damn good job of tracking, it's got a few hiccups here and there, but it'll stop tracking about 180 degrees. And I don't know why that is, but let's have a look here. So I am at the entrance of my living room / drawing room, and I'm going to start walking. So you've seen the first corner over there. You'll see another corner over here, and hopefully it tracks all the way to the other corner. But if I try and go past it, there you go, and it's gone. It's gone. And it's got nothing to do with the lighting. I know that the lighting is actually pretty damn bad in through at the moment, but it just will not track a 360. But I guess that is fine because of the niche that this focuses on.
I would rate the tracking part a sort of 8 out of 10, but to get that extra 1 or 2 points, they really need to work on the object recognition or at least the personnel recognition. One weird thing, the trigger and zoom buttons are actually disabled on the app. You would think that as a first-party app, it would recognize the hardware inputs, but not yet. The Expert Go team is aware and are working on it, so fingers crossed for the updates. They're also adding a feature to remove the company logo and the timestamp from the video, if that was something you were wondering about as well. Good news though, your phone's default camera works perfectly with these inputs. It seems like the company prioritized making these inputs available for the first-party cameras, which was a smart move, especially for the Android users out there. The AI features are great within the app, but once you leave the app, it's just a regular gimbal. Alright, so this footage is currently being recorded from the internal camera of my S24 Ultra, and I believe that the quality I get from the native camera app on the phone is far better than what I get from the Expert Go app itself. And of course, the benefits of using the internal camera itself is that I can access all the features of the camera. But then I do end up losing on the AI features or the tracking features of the gimbal itself. At the moment, I am on the LF mode, so I'm trying my level best to move, turn, and swivel the camera around, and it's doing a pretty damn good job of locking the axis of the phone. And from what I can see from what's in front of me, or in front of my eyes, is that it's doing a pretty damn good job of keeping everything stable. Everything looks great, and I am recording at 1080p 30, which is also what the gimbal, the app will record in. So just to bear that in mind as well. Alright, so this footage now is being recorded on the internal app, the Expert Go app. Not the internal app, I don't think that's how I should say it. But this is now being recorded on the Expert Go app directly. It gives me a timestamp on the top left corner and a watermark at the bottom right as well. I'm still on the LF mode, so I'm rotating the camera and everything. As a stabilizer, it will do its job no matter where you are, which is a given. But it's mainly the AI tracking things that will work while using the app. And in my opinion, I guess that the quality I'm getting on the Expert Go app of the video is not as good as I get on the native camera, which is again something to be expected from an Android, but on the iOS side of things it should be just fine. But we will move over to the tracking functionalities of the app itself, which is more the focus of the actual product. So the AI tracking is what we should be looking into. As a regular gimbal, it is fantastic. My only gripes are the inverted controls on the left and right pan, but it's not really a deal breaker. If they can have their app draw over the other apps, Android users in particular would benefit from using their native camera and get the AI features at the same time. One more thing though, why isn't this gimbal water resistant? In a place like England, where rain is more common than tea is, it would make sense for it to be at least IPX6 water resistant, especially for outdoor sports. But the battery life here is a major plus. It lasts forever, which is great for recording full length games. Overall, it might seem like I'm nitpicking, but given the price point, you'd be critical too. It costs less than a DJI Osmo series, but more than the Insta360. But again, your boy is here to hook you up. In all honesty, there is a referral link in the description to buy the gimbal for yourself, and it gives you a $25 discount at purchase, which makes this on par or cheaper than the Insta360 depending on where you reside, and it puts a tiny chunk of change in my pocket as well. If you've reached this far and you're in it to win it, then try your luck. Like I said earlier, I am giving one away to one of you lucky guys. It's simple to enter. Make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below about what you plan on doing with the gimbal and why you'd like to win it. I'll be sending the winner's details to the Xbot Go team and they will directly ship it out to you, to your house. Now the winners will be announced in about a month and I will keep you guys updated on the social media, and I will reach out to the winner in the comments itself. So make sure you reply to the comment when I do reply to yours in case you won, and you'll have about 24 hours to follow the rest of the instructions so I can get in touch with you and get this sorted out for you. Now with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech and fun content, and I'll catch you guys later.